I'm sitting here in my office looking at some recent data on healthcare. The question of the moment is one we've actually been asking for a couple of decades. What is the most urgent health problem facing the country today? Now, at some points in the late 1980s, it was a disease, AIDS to be specific. In 2001, cancer was most likely to be mentioned, but in recent years, instead of mentioning a disease, Americans say that the top problems facing the country when it comes to health are access to health care and the cost of health care. In fact, this year, for the first time, more Americans say access to health care is the biggest problem facing the country when it comes to health than anything else. You put the two together, cost and access, I should note again, you've got a majority of Americans who say the big problems facing the country when it comes to health, not diseases, but the simple fact that Americans can't get the health care they need and they can't pay for it. What comes after access and cost? Well, next on the list is cancer, although that's way down in terms of the percent of Americans who mention it, then obesity, and then everything else just comes in at 1 or 2%. Bottom line out of all of this, we anticipate that health care will be a big issue in the forthcoming presidential election, and when the candidates do talk about it, they should probably be focusing not on spending more money to cure disease, but rather figuring out ways to allow Americans to have access to the healthcare system and to pay for it. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, editor-in-chief of the Gallup.